Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate, and this is your Bible Bite for Saturday, April 6th, 2019, the Saturday of the 4th week of Lent. Today's reading comes to us from the Gospel of John, chapter 7, verses 40 through 53. Of that multitude, therefore, when they had heard these words of his, some said, "This is the prophet indeed." Others said, "This is the Christ." But some said, "Doth the Christ come out of Galilee? Doth not the Scripture say, that Christ cometh of the seed of David, and from Bethlehem, the town where David was?" So there arose a dissension among the people because of him. And some of them would have apprehended him, but no man laid hands upon him. The ministers therefore came to the chief priests and the Pharisees, and they said to them, "Why have you not brought him?" The ministers answered, "Never did man speak like this man." The Pharisees therefore answered them, "Are you also seduced? Hath any one of the rulers believed in him, or of the Pharisees? But this multitude that knoweth not the law are accursed." Nicodemus said to them, he that came to him by night, who was one of them, "Doth our law judge any man, unless it first hear him, and know what he doth?" They answered and said to him, "Art thou also a Galilean? Search the Scriptures, and see that out of Galilee a prophet riseth not." And every man returned to his own house. So this one was kind of tough for me. I am by no means a biblical scholar, and reading through this passage a couple times, I was not really certain as to what the message was. So I turned to the Memento Mori devotional that Jess and I and Mike have been working through this Lent, and decided to look ahead to the reading for Saturday and see what Sister Teresa had to say about it. And the point that she picked out, and I think this is a really good point, was on division. Both the internal division and the external division that Christ in our life causes. And so I just want to focus on that just really briefly, because when we come to know Christ, there is, of course, the internal division. There's the part of us that's trying to be holy, and the part of us that's trying to be worldly. And some people might look at division and say, well, division is a bad thing. But I'm not entirely certain that it is. Because through this division, we're able to isolate those worldly parts, be able to identify them, see them for what they are, and then work on removing them from our lives. It's sort of a I don't know, what do they call it? I can't remember. But anyways, we also have the external division, which we see here in the reading, in that the nature of Jesus tends, and his effect on people, tends to drive a wedge between people. It drove a wedge between those who were listening. It even drove a wedge between the various Pharisees and scribes who heard about the event after the fact. And that division, too, can also be looked upon as being a good thing, because we hear the phrase quite oftentimes in our society, holier than thou. And while being a follower of Christ can make us seem to others like as though we are trying to behave as though we are holier than thou, in reality, what I think we're trying to achieve is more as holy as you ought to be. It's not so much that I'm holier than you are, or even close to being as holy as you are. I don't know. I'm in no place to judge you. But by a faithful living of the Christian values, I'm able to show other people what they too could achieve and should be trying to achieve, even if just little pieces. So think about that as you're going through your day today. the divisions that Christ causes in your life, and how you can use those divisions for greater benefit. And remember, until next time, to live your faith, love your faith, and share that love.